Subject hydrology, chapter hydrograph analysis, topic unit hydrograph assumptions and uses. Now students, we have discussed about your hydrograph, right? That hydrograph is also known as the flood hydrograph, right? So the normal hydrograph which we have already discussed is also known as flood hydrograph. Flood hydrograph. Right? So this was the hydrograph in which the base flow was also there. So this hydrograph also had base flow. Right? It had also had base flow and base flow, that is base flow, right? This is the peak. These are the inflection points. That is this point A, this is point B, point C, point D, point E, point F, point G, right? And so on, right? So B to C is the rising limb or the succeeding limb also, right? That is also known as the concentration limb also, concentration zone also. C, D, E is the crest, D is the peak, F, E to F is the recession limb, right? So, and this is the base flow. So this type of hydrograph is also known as the flood hydrograph. Okay? Now second thing which I told you about the direct runoff hydrograph, right? The second thing which I told you was direct runoff hydrograph. Direct runoff hydrograph. So in direct runoff hydrograph, what we are doing is that from the flood hydrograph, we are subtracting the base flow. So you can say that direct runoff hydrograph is equals to flood hydrograph minus base flow. And third thing, we discuss about the effective rainfall heatograph, not hydrograph, right? So effective rainfall heatograph. Effective rainfall heatograph. And that we get when we subtract from the total precipitation, we subtract the infiltration index, right? So from the total precipitation, when we subtract the infiltration index into for a particular time t, we get the effective runoff heatograph or effective rainfall. Both are the same thing. So I can say that the direct runoff hydrograph is obtained by effective rainfall, right? So effective rainfall gives me direct runoff hydrograph, and direct runoff hydrograph, from there I can determine the flood hydrograph. So these three things, these are interrelated actually. That is the effective runoff heatograph or the effective rainfall, second is the direct runoff hydrograph, and third is the flood hydrograph. So these three things are interrelated. Clear? Now let's come to the topic of unit hydrograph. So what is unit hydrograph? Now you must be seeing this word unit. So unit stands for unit depth. Unit depth. Unit stands for unit depth, right? So unit hydrograph is also a type of direct runoff hydrograph. Let me write it here that unit hydrograph is a special type of direct runoff hydrograph. It is a special type of direct runoff hydrograph in which the depth of rainfall is 1 centimeter, right? In which the depth of rainfall is 1 unit. Generally it is 1 centimeter, it can be 1 mm also, but generally 1 centimeter. In most of the questions that are coming in examinations, so most of the time it is 1 centimeter. So I can say that now if the depth of the rainfall, which type of rainfall? That is effective rainfall, because it is a special type of direct runoff hydrograph, not flood hydrograph. If it would have been flood hydrograph, then I would have told you it is not the effective rainfall, right? But now as this rainfall will be effective rainfall. Now the thing is that, for example, this is the hydrograph, right? This is the hydrograph. Now it is a direct runoff hydrograph. In direct runoff hydrograph, we subtract the base flow. So it will start from the origin actually. It will start from the origin and go like this. Like this. It will go. This is a direct runoff hydrograph. Direct runoff hydrograph. This is your, you can say, discharge, and this is your time. Clear? Okay. Now it has a rainfall intensity. It has a rainfall intensity of drs. But for how much of depth? Only 1 centimeter depth. Only 1 centimeter depth. It means that if you want to calculate the rainfall intensity I, right? How can you determine? This is 1 centimeter for drs. So rainfall intensity will be equal to 1 upon d, centimeters per hour. So from a unit hydrograph, you can easily determine the rainfall intensity also. You can easily determine. Clear? Now, before understanding unit hydrograph in deep, now let us first of all understand there are some assumptions in the unit hydrograph, and those assumptions are very important. So let us first of all discuss about the assumptions in unit hydrograph. Let me rub this. Now let me first of all discuss about the assumptions in unit hydrograph, right? So I hope that you have understood. Now if the depth of the rainfall is 1 centimeter, because it is obviously unit hydrograph, and the time of the rainfall is also given to you, you can determine the intensity, because that is equal to the depth upon time. So 1 upon d, centimeter per hour, will be the intensity of rainfall. Okay. Now let us discuss about some assumptions. Some assumptions in the unit hydrograph method. This is very important, because in 2020 also, 2019, one question came from the from the hydrograph topic, and earlier also this topic is very important, very frequent topic, right? So now let's discuss about the assumptions. Sorry, assumptions. Assumptions in unit hydrograph. UH means unit hydrograph, right? So assumptions in unit hydrograph. So the first assumption in unit hydrograph is that the rainfall over a particular catchment area is uniform, right? So the first assumption is that the uniform rainfall is actually happening over a particular catchment area. So the first assumption is uniform rainfall. Uniform rainfall. This is the first assumption of unit hydrograph, that over a particular catchment area the rainfall is uniform, right? So for example, this is your particular point, this is a particular point in a catchment area, point. So at every point we have the uniform rainfall, right? The second assumption which is used in the unit hydrograph is that the rainfall intensity is constant. Rainfall intensity is constant. Means at every point the rainfall intensity is constant, right? Third, very important assumption is known as the time invariance. Time invariance, right? Now this is a very important assumption, time invariance. Now what does this time invariance means? Time invariance simply means that whether your particular rainfall or storm is actually happening in the morning hour or evening hour, or after 2 days, after 3 days, whenever it is happening, the direct runoff hydrograph will be same. Now for example, let us say that the rainfall has actually occurred. Let us say this is your rainfall of 1 centimeter of d hours duration. It occurred at 10 AM and you have observed a direct runoff hydrograph like this. Now if the same rainfall is happening at 12 PM or let's say 3 PM, the same rainfall, everything is same, but it is happening at, let us say, 3 PM, right? Same rainfall, d hours duration, 1 centimeter, you will get the same direct runoff hydrograph. It will not change, right? So same means same, right? It will get the same direct runoff hydrograph. It will not change. So that is basically your time invariance. A lot of students, they get confused with the term time invariance. So I hope that you have understood time invariance. So time invariance means that the direct run of hydrograph will be independent of time, whether it is 8 a.m. or 3 p.m. or after 2 days or 3 days. If the same amount of runoff is happening, if the same amount of effective rainfall is there, then you will get the same DRH, direct run of hydrograph, right? Now the next important assumption is about linear response. Linear response. Now students, this is a very important assumption. Although time invariance is also important, but this is very important. Why? Because this assumption is also used in superposition. Now what is superposition? I will be explaining you. Right? Now you have understood time invariance. Now what about the linear response? So linear response says that if in a direct run of hydrograph, right, if in a direct run of hydrograph you do any amendment, then the equal amendment will be there in the successive hydrographs. Let me give you an example, don't get confused. Let me give you an example that let us say that X amount of rainfall, right, let us say that X amount of rainfall gives you Y direct run of hydrograph, Y amount of direct run of hydrograph. X1 gives you Y1 amount of direct run of hydrograph, and X2 gives you Y2 amount of direct run of hydrograph, right? So if you add these two, X1 plus X2, then you will be getting a direct run of hydrograph of Y1 plus Y2. Now how it is actually used? Now in GATE examinations, these questions are coming. For example, you are given a, let us say, you are given a direct run of hydrograph. Let us say a DRH is given to you, right? This is your DRH given to you. The DRH was of, let us say, for example, the DRH was of, you can say 1 centimeter depth, right? It is a unit hydrograph, 1 centimeter depth, and some d hour duration, for d hour duration. Now in examination, it is let us say if it is asked to you that you have to determine a examination, you are asked to determine a direct run of hydrograph of, let us say, 5 centimeter of rainfall. Then what will you do? You just have to multiply the ordinates with 5. Simple. You just have to multiply ordinates with 5 and you will be getting a direct run of hydrograph of 5 centimeter rainfall. Simple. So that is the meaning of your linear response. It means that whatever change you are doing in the unit hydrograph, the similar changes, you can say the linear changes can be done in the direct run of hydrograph. Simple. Clear? So I hope that you have understood the linear response also. Clear? Now let me rub this and make you understand what types of questions are generally asked from this topic, that is the unit hydrograph, right? So let me first of all rub it. Now unit hydrograph, you have understood that it is a direct run of hydrograph in which the depth of the effective rainfall is taken as 1 unit. It can be 1 mm or 1 centimeter, but generally it is taken as 1 centimeter. And what is the rainfall intensity? Rainfall intensity will be equal to 1 centimeter or 1 mm divided by the duration of a particular rainfall, right? So what type of questions are coming is that, first of all, you will be given generally 3 types of questions are coming, right? So what are the questions? So let me explain you what type of questions are coming. So let me rub this, right? So now what type of questions are coming? So first of all, the first type of question, let me rub this also, right? So the first of all, I have told you about flood hydrograph, right? Flood hydrograph. So the first type of questions that are coming in GATE examinations is that from the flood hydrograph, you have to get the direct run of hydrograph. How will you get it? I told you that in the flood hydrograph, if you subtract the base flow, you will be getting direct run of hydrograph. Simple. Clear? Now direct run of hydrograph of some, let's say, a 2 centimeter depth or 3 centimeter, whatever depth, right? The next type of questions that are coming is that you will be given a direct run of hydrograph. And from the direct run of hydrograph, you have to get the unit hydrograph. So how will you do it? You know that first of all you will calculate the effective rainfall, right? Let us say that this was a direct run of hydrograph you have got, and you have got the rainfall as, let us say, this was the rainfall for d hour duration, and it was of, let us say, 5 centimeter. Now, to get a unit hydrograph, what you have to do? You have to divide the ordinates with 5. Why? Because this is the definition of unit hydrograph, that unit hydrograph is the special type of direct run of hydrograph in which the depth of the effective rainfall is just 1 unit, generally 1 centimeter. Clear? So what you have to do? You have to divide the ordinates of this direct run of hydrograph with 5 to get the unit hydrograph. Simple. Another type of questions, third type of question. So third type of question which is coming in examination, from the unit hydrograph, you have to calculate the direct run of hydrograph. So I told you that it is following a linear response. So for example, you have a unit hydrograph. This is a unit hydrograph, right? And this is of 1 unit, let us say 1 centimeter for d hour duration. Clear? Now you have to get the direct run of hydrograph. So what you have to do? You have to multiply the ordinates with the, you can say, the effective rainfall. Let us say the effective rainfall is 6 centimeter. So you have to multiply each ordinate by 6 centimeter to get the direct run of hydrograph. The fourth type of questions they are coming is that from the direct run of hydrograph, you have to get the flood hydrograph. So what you have to do? In the direct run of hydrograph, just add the base flow. If you add the base flow, you will get flood hydrograph. So these types of questions, the reciprocal of the question is coming. Sometimes from the flood hydrograph, you are supposed to calculate unit hydrograph directly. So what you will do? First of all, you will convert it into direct unified hydrograph and by subtracting the base flow, and then you will divide the ordinates with the effective rainfall to get the unit hydrograph. So these questions are coming in GATE examinations. Clear? And this fourth assumption, that is your linear response, it is also used in superposition, right? So what is superposition? Let me explain you. Otherwise in next topics we'll be explaining in detail, but for the time being, let me explain you what is superposition. So first of all, let me rub this. So now what is superposition, right? I hope you are getting it, bro. This is very important, right? I am damn sure that even in this year also, at least one question will be there from this topic. I am very much sure. Clear? Now, let me rub this. Now about the superposition. I was telling you about superposition. Superposition. Now you must be knowing, when you studied the structural analysis part, what is superposition. If it is a complex structure, we can break it into two or three different structure, and then we have to superimpose to get the resultant bending moment and shear force and everything, right? Similarly in hydrology also. Now what is superposition? Let us say that you have been given a unit hydrograph of dr duration. Clear? And in question it is said you that after 2 hours or 3 hours and 4 hours, a similar hydrograph is there, right? Let us say this was the unit hydrograph of d hour duration, right, and 1 centimeter, and similar hydrograph, this is your discharge versus time. Clear? And a similar hydrograph, it actually happens, let us say, after 4 hours or 5 hours. Now from the third assumption, time invariance, even if it is occurring after 1 day or 2 days, if the rainfall intensity is same and the catchment area is same, you will get the same response, right? So response will be similar. Now let us say that this is also your d hour unit hydrograph of 1 centimeter, right? Okay. Now this is also same hydrograph, let us say. Clear? Now in question it is generally asked you, now what is the, you can say, what is the total effect of these two hydrographs? What will the total effect? So what you have to do is that you have to superimpose these two graphs, right? So first of all, this was your one hydrograph and this is your second hydrograph, right? Right, this is your dr duration, this is also dr duration, right? So this hydrograph you will be getting of how much duration? So d plus d, that will be 2d hour duration. Clear? Okay. And what will be the depth of this hydrograph? Now come to the fourth assumption, that is linear response. If this is 1 centimeter, if this is 1 centimeter, then the resultant graph will be of 2 centimeter. If you want to calculate the unit hydrograph, what you have to do? You have to divide the ordinates with 2 to get unit hydrograph. Simple. These types of questions are also coming, superposition. That we'll be studying in next topic in detail, and we'll be also solving some numericals on superposition. Now the third type of questions, right? So I have told you about two types of questions, right? From flood to direct runoff hydrograph to unit hydrograph and vice versa. Second type about superposition. The third type of questions that are coming is about the rainfall, effective rainfall depth, or and sometimes calculation of phi index also. So you know that you can also calculate phi index from the you can say the unit hydrograph. So let me explain you how to get it, right? So first of all, let me rub this. Now third type of numericals and questions that are generally coming is about the calculation of, you can say, effective rainfall depth, right, or average rainfall, right? Let me rub this. Yeah, right. Now third type of questions that are generally coming in examinations are about your determination of, let us say that this is your direct runoff hydrograph. This is your direct runoff hydrograph, right? Now let us say unit hydrograph. Let me take unit hydrograph. This is your unit hydrograph, right? D hour duration of rainfall and 1 centimeter of the depth, right? This is your Q and this is your T. Clear? What is the unit of Q? Meter cube per second or meter cube per hour, whatever. And what is time? It can be in hour, it can be in second, and whatever. Clear? Okay. Generally it is in hours, right? Now from the unit hydrograph, can you get direct runoff hydrograph? Yes, very easy. Just multiply it with the effective rainfall depth. You will get the unit direct runoff hydrograph. So from the unit hydrograph, you have to multiply the ordinates multiplied by the effective rainfall depth. Effective rainfall depth means ERD, right? So now you will be getting your direct runoff hydrograph. This is your direct runoff hydrograph, Q and time. What is the unit of Q? That is meter cube per second or meter cube per hour, whatever will be given, and time generally in hours. Clear? Now you tell me what will be the area of this direct runoff hydrograph? You tell me, right? Now if you integrate it from this portion to this portion, what will you be getting? Now integration can be done by two ways. Either if you know the equation of this curve, you can do the integration directly. If you don't know the equation of this curve, then you have to divide it into strips. And hence you can get the value of this. You can say the value of this the area. You can easily get the value of this area either by the trapezoidal rule or by the Simpson rule or by the Simpson 3/8 rule or 1/3 rule, whatever you want. But generally what we are doing is that this is a triangle, this is a trapezium trapezoidal part, trapezoidal. The last two parts are triangular, right? Otherwise most of the parts are trapezium, right? Trapezoidal part, right? So what is the area of trapezoidal? Half into sum of the opposite sides, parallel sides into the height. So you will be getting the area, right? Now if you calculate the area of this direct runoff hydrograph, what will you be getting? So my dear students, you will be getting volume. This is very important. That is area of direct runoff hydrograph gives you runoff volume. Let me write it here. Runoff volume. Right? So area of the direct runoff hydrograph gives you runoff volume. Clear? Now the question is, can you get the depth also, right? Why will you getting volume? Because meter cube per time into time will give you, let us say, meter cube per time into time get considered, you get meter cube is volume. Clear? Now the question is that, can you also get the depth of runoff which is generally denoted by R? The answer is yes, you can get the depth of runoff also. How can you get the depth of runoff? If you divide this runoff volume with the catchment area. If in question catchment area is given to you, you can easily determine the runoff depth also, right? Divided by the catchment area. I told you when I started hydrology that whenever you get confused, whenever you are not understanding anything, just compare the units, you will get the answer. What is the unit of volume? meter cube. What is the unit of area? Meter square got cancelled out. It is meter. So meter is basically your depth of the, you can say, the runoff volume. Clear? Now runoff volume we have also got. Now you can easily determine the phi index also. So phi index we know that P minus R divided by T. R is the runoff volume, P is the total precipitation actually happening. So how to get the precipitation? It will be generally given to you in examination that the total precipitation is 4 centimeter, 5 centimeter, whatever, and the time of storm will also be given to you. So from there you can get the phi index also. We will be solving some numericals based on this topic because these questions have been asked. Whatever I have taught you till now in hydrograph, not even a single question has been asked away apart from it in the hydrographs. Clear? Okay. Now I hope that you have understood the unit hydrograph assumptions and uses, why it is used, determination of phi index, determination of the depth of runoff, determination of area of that runoff hydro. In a lot of things it is used, the unit hydrograph. Clear? Now let's move forward and let us solve one numerical based on the, you can say, our hydrographs. So let us solve one numerical on the hydrographs, the unit hydrographs, and let's further strengthen our concepts. After that I will be teaching you about the superposition, method of superposition, right? So method of superposition is also of two types. If it is a multiple of integer, then we have a different method of superposition. If it is a you can say in fractions, we use the S-curve technique also. So what is the difference between? I'll be explaining you in detail. No need to worry about that. But first of all, let us solve a few numericals on whatever we have studied till now. So let us solve a few numericals. Thank you.